The sky, encompassing all of humanity and nature, with its empty blue skin and its graciously white erratic hair that's here one day and gone the next, clouds that change with the whether or not we decide to embrace the light from his sun and envelope his nourishing and renewing rain. Beautiful. As time ticks on and the sun sets to work on his most enjoyable hobby, painting the sky with faded oranges and misty pinks, decadent purples and reds, we find remarkable this temporary masterpiece that's here and then gone when darkness falls. He never sleeps, though he closes his eyes to imagine the world he created with his bare hands. As he imprinted upon his people, his spirit at his fingertips, leaving his fingerprints. As footprints are made in the dust he created him and then her and sets them apart with their expected appointment to meet destiny at its destination. This is Cupid, so that you won't have to know if he's good enough for your father. And the sun rises to remind us that we've been forgiven, that he died bruised and scarred. It awakes us out of our sleep, bright and shiny in the dawn, to remind us that his grace and mercy are new every morning. For he has arisen another day. Even from space, this beauty is witnessed with satellite snapshots pinning your interest, the evidence. If you stand and look up just one time, you will forget that if you were looking down, the muse would be the reflection of the artist. It is a facade. Beneath the facade, the face of creation, a force that has a pull far greater than gravity itself, sin. Those wars are no longer rumors, tumors, from stressing about what you're going to eat the next day because someone has robbed you of everything that you've worked so hard for, poor, along with the money with your dignity. Men and women both robbing little kids' virginity. People killing because you have a kid and you want this Audi. Pull out your wipes and make sure you're seeing this clearly. MLK preached nonviolence, so we're using our words to bring the people down. And now we're thinking that there will be no peace without having guns. Stand your ground. I wonder if it was this bad when God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. But it's like we got down on our knees to say, it's okay, God, we'll do it for you. The world has committed suicide. In my mind, I'm thinking every time something happens, I should cry. But I can't even feel my heart. All I can do is lift up my eyes and sigh. Are we living another day only to die? God said no. My son already did that when he was crucified. It took 3 days for him to rise. With you, I sympathize. The world only continues to get worse while you're standing there watching. All you can give are your oohs and ahs instead of putting your emotions in action. Going through the motions, sharing the daily scripture on Facebook and Instagram, kicking it to Eden on Twitter. Christ said he's the true vine, but yet we won't even do it for the vine. Yeah, it's time. You have an individual purpose to live it out. Don't worry about what comes out of his and her mouth. Then we'll be painting our own murals. And not just reading the writings on the wall, but testimonies of how we get to admire his work every day, creating a collage of how he gave it all. Even those who refuse to think because they think somebody owes them an explanation for life, they raise their fist up to the sky as God's only son ascended up into heaven, past the clouds, past this facade, to sit up high and look down low. We choose to live this life. You better choose right.